Aha, I'm muted. That's what's wrong. Is that better? Hey, guys. Just make sure you've got me. Some sort of bad mutating finger problem. If you get more than about 11 or 12 of them, you probably should go and see someone about it. That's what I think. I mean, more than 10's a little bit of a concern, but when you sack in 2 or 3 more, that's probably time to go and talk to someone about it. Probably even worth a trip to Hobart, Bill. That's where I'm at with that. Anyway, I got COVID or something. Yeah, I got a positive rat test, so I'm not happy about that. I'm struggling a bit with this time. No, it's the first time I've. Sorry about that. It's the first time I've really talked to anyone for a couple of days. So I'm sort of. Yeah, I'm struggling a bit with this. Anyway, there we go. Who we got? We got Bill and Peter and Mark. And Mark. That's about it. Yeah. The trouble is, Peter, every time you get a head, something worse to get was something bad happens. Anyway, we're back down to 3 viewers, so I don't know what's happening there. Don't know if that's an internet problem or whether people just decided they couldn't hear me, so they've given up. Anyway, now we're back down to 2. I think we got, yeah, it says 2. We got 1 like. Creasy's workshop's in the house. That's 3. It's a bit quiet here tonight, though. And I've got COVID, so no one can understand me, which is probably why everyone's ducking out. Anyway, what happened this week? Not very much, to be honest. I've got to answer that stupid message. Hang on. There, I don't know what happened. Anyway, we're not doing a real good job with this live stream. I think if we agree, Yeah, anyway, that's about it. That's what's happened. We were 8 minutes into this and we've only got 4 people watching, and I haven't really given any sort of helpful or useful information or had any conversations about anything. But anyway, let's talk about this. This is a bit of a go. This is a 17-tooth wheel for the Fowler roller. It's fridge. Very impressed with this actually. It's got a few little issues, but nothing serious. Teeth are all pretty good, really. A this is correct profile, all that stuff. It's got the right tape on it, all that stuff. Hasn't been bored to full size yet, and it hasn't been faced each side to full size. I reckon it wants probably 40th hour a millimetre off this back, right? Because this hasn't cleaned up here. Hey, Mats. And it needs 1/8 of an inch or something off here, something like that, because this hasn't cleaned up. I'm not going to machine the teeth, John. I think these will be plenty good enough as they are, to be honest. You won't ask them, sort of can't ask for much better than that. It's pretty jolly fantastic. They might need a bit of dressing. They could be a fraction wide in the top here, I think. Don't know. I've got a template somewhere. I meant to bring it in with me and I never. Which sits on here for the correct pitch. And I think the pitch is pretty close. I just think that maybe they're probably a little bit thick in here. The top of the tooth, maybe. Quick rub with a grind and disc in the Dremel will fix that though. It's not going to take much to stop it. I mean, if we can get clearance all the way around so it doesn't rub anywhere. Paint some blue on the worm and see where it touches, and find the tight spots when it's on, and I don't think it'll take much. Like Dan says, it won't take much to wear in, but I'd like to have it so that it doesn't have to. Also got a bit of a blowhole in the back here. This is a gating problem, of course. Learned people will know why that happens, but most of the reason is that I poured this way up. Right down through the centre, and I had a core with 2 half circle openings on the bottom here. So I poured on the centre into the bottom of the casting, and then up through the top, up through 2 risers, one here and one here. So poured up through the risers, and what happened? I've got some. Don't worry, we've got beer and blue. It's not a problem. So what happens is that because these semicircles in the core were only just sort of roughed out with a screwdriver, basically, they were a bit rough. We've got a sharp corner here where it comes out of here and pours into here, and the sharp corner here where it pours in here. But what's happened is it's poured in round here, and because they've got a chill spot there, it hasn't run all the way in, or a chill spot here, it hasn't run all the way around and touched here. So we've got what's basically a dead spot in here. I'm going to get a mate to TIG this up this week sometime. That's pretty straightforward, and that's why I sort of stopped machining it. We spent the day at Mark's on Sunday. I initially thought that's where I caught COVID, but I don't think it is now. I think everyone at work's got it. So the incubation period was probably a week ago, and we all got it. I hope no one else gets it. I'd feel terrible if anyone did, but I only come down pretty sick on Monday, really. I really hope Mark doesn't get it, or Leanne. Anyway, I had thought a bit of JB Weld would doing this, so a bit of DevCon or something, liquid metal, epoxy metal would be good in this, and it probably would be plenty good. But I called in and saw a mate who's a TIG welding expert, and he says, "Yeah, I just fill that up with bronze. That's easy, no problems. Give him some bronze for his trouble, and you can TIG that up." And then we'll go ahead and we'll machine this to size, face this, whatever it needs off at 38th hour or something, and probably put a recess on these teeth here on the back so everything's nice, and put a chamfer this across here, and do the same on this side. Finish this side, machine this, bore it out to 3 inches. JB Weld definitely comes in black. Oh, it's grey anyway, but you can turn it black, because I know you've had a lot of success with that, Bill. Should be able to turn it black. If anyone's got any thoughts on turning epoxy black, I hear someone who's looking for that. Talk to Bill. So then it gets a 5/8 keyway, or 16, 17 mil, 18 mil keyway or something in here. Probably 5/8 keyway in the shaft before it got worn out completely. So it'd be nice to finish this at a bit oversized, and then mark out and give the little sharp cold chisel and a hammer and clean the groove out, or the keyway out to fit the key again, and stop some of this slop, which is what it had. So it's got a keyway in there. So this needs still a couple of mil out of the inside to make it 75 and 3 inches. Then it's got 5/8 keyway or whatever it is. Key goes in there, and then this pin goes across here, with 2 split pins in it through the shaft, and that's what holds it in place. So not that complicated. So we've got a gear. We haven't got a worm yet, and that's a little bit more complicated at this point. Don't know what you do about that, to be honest. With jury's still out on that. If someone wants to make me a 2.5 inch and a quarter pitch worm to a drawings, if someone's got an inch and a quarter pitch, horizontal mill cutter, that'd be very useful. That might be a good way to do it. But probably what I'm just going to do is get the blank and machine mill a slot through the centre of it. Crank the head over 10 degrees. And finish it up to the right depth and do it again and again until we get the right shape. And then the same on the other side, or turn it round or something. Probably the same. Not sure this is working, guys. Anyway, I sort of was toying with the idea of ordering a bit of 4140 to do it, but I have Haven't got there yet. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm after. Sorry, guys. This is probably too much talking. Anyway, that's about it. I just wanted to show everyone that. That's what's happening. No, what size do we need? What size do I need? I think it's 2.5, and we need a bit. No, I think it's 4 inch. 4 inch. I don't know. So, sorry. Inch. This is quality cinema you're watching here. 105 millimeters or something in 4 inches. 4 inches mark and about 9 inches long. So, 250 long and 105 mil. Anyway, that's it. In other news, this was all day Sunday. Monday I didn't do much. I actually marked out this piece of nice 2.5, 3 mil brass with a view to making a back for the gauge glass protector. That hasn't happened yet. I was going to cut it out today, and I thought, yeah, this isn't happening for me, so I haven't done that. And about the only other thing I did was jumped on AliExpress and ordered some windows for the ends of this. And sort of screwed that other end on. So, not a very productive weekend at all. Like, really bad. And I won't be very long out of bed. Is how I'm going. But anyway, just wanted to give everyone a good close-up look at this. What's happening, COVID or otherwise. Pretty happy with this, like really stoked with how this turned out. Very, very impressive casting this, and a little bit impressed with it. By anyone's standard, this is a pretty good casting, and the teeth are magic, really. I think it'll be fine as it is. I had a cross section, cross section template of the gears, which I sat in here, like on top here. And you can see where they're touching. But if you sit Mark's worm nicely down in there, I'd say it's within 10 thou of being in the right spot either way. I don't know, it might be 10 thou tighter than it should be between the centres. It's very difficult to tell from measuring, but just by eye, it's well under 1 millimetre out. It sits in there nicely, and I think this needs a clean up on here to make that work. So I think we're just going to probably do that, to be honest. Fuck, I'm dead. Anyway, I'm going to call this. It's only been 20 minutes. Thanks. I'm going to go to bed. That's all right. At least stop talking to myself. And we might catch everyone around. Yeah, that's where I'm at. There's other things to see too, but probably I'm not going to talk about them anyway. So, cheers, guys. Be be kind to each other, and particularly to me. And more soon. I'm out. It's the shortest live stream ever.